This video we will be talking about knobs and tunes in YCSB here. So in YCSB we have a concept of workload. So let me explain what workload actually is. So roughly we can say how much load we are putting on a database. Suppose suppose my workload has 100 insert operations. So this is a workload. That workload will insert 100 records in the database. Suppose I have a workload that has 100 read operations. So it will read 100 records from the database. Suppose I have a workload that contains 100 update operations. So it will update 100 records in the database. So that's how workload are defined. We can have a workload that contain mix-ups also, like suppose I have workload that contains 10 update operations and 10 read operations, 10 insert operations, 10 read operations. So that's how we define a workload. So in YCSB we have a standard workloads. These are all predefined by the YCSB itself. So these are following. So these are workload A, workload B, workload C, workload D, workload E, and workload F. So there are 6 workloads that are already defined by the YCSB, and anyone can use them directly without any changes. So let's talk about workload A. So workload A contains 50% read operations and 50% update operations. So suppose you told YCSB that I want to perform 100 operations. You tell YCSB and you said that I will choose workload A. So what YCSB will do, it will uh, divide it into two parts, 50% read and 50% write. So 50% operation will be read and 50% will be update kind of in for the workload A. Suppose you went for the workload B. So here it contains 95% read operations and 5% update operations. So in that case 95 read operation will be performed and 5 update will be performed in the database. And the workload C contains 100% read operations. So all the operations will be 100%. Like if you choose 100 records again, if you went for the workload C now this time, so all the operations will be read only kind, all the 100 operations. Similarly, we have workload D, which contains 95% read and 5% insert operation. We have workload E that contains 95% scan operation and 5% insert operations. We have workload F that contains 50% read operation and 50% read modify write operation. So that's how these workloads are defined. Let me tell you more about the scan operations here. So here scan operation means that scanning the data in a sequential way. Suppose your database has 10 records. So one scan operation means scanning some sequential kind of records, like if it will scan 3 records, it will again scan 3 sequential records. So this is kind of scan operation. So one scan operation will scan some set of sequential record. Another scan operation will again read certain kind of uh, sequential records. So that's how scan operations are defined. Now suppose I have 1000 operations to do and I chose workload E. So now workload E has 95% scan operation and 5% insert operation. So 950 will be the scan operations here and 50 will be the insert operation. Now talking about the scan operations. So each scan operation can scan any of the record that are either of size 1 or till the size 50. So each scan operation can do that. So it can, a single scan operation can read 1, 2, 3, 4, any of the record, any number of the record, 5, 6. It's upon the YCSB which number it will choose. So this kind of thing will happen 950 times. So each scan operation will scan at max 50 record or at minimum 1 record, and this will be repeated 950 times. So that's how the scan operations are defined in the YCSB. So let me give you some examples also. These scan kind of operation can be useful in testing such kind of systems where we have to read record sequentially. Suppose in the website, like in Twitter or Facebook, we have a comments, and these comments are sequential in nature. Once you are reading, once you click any post, the comments appear in a sequential way. So a user by default read 50 records, chats, or 50 comments, or 25 comments, like that. So here the use case is there of the workload E. So in case your system is of such kind where you have to read record sequentially, so better to use workload E. So better to use workload E to measure the performance of your database. So that's how the workload are defined. So apart from the workload, we have a request distribution also in the YCSB, and they are of different kind like uniform, GFIN, latest, sequential, hotspot, exponential. So they are of different kind. I will give you an example how this can be used and why they are needed. Okay, suppose you went for the workload C, which is 100% read operation. This is the workload C, and you choose uniform distribution. So what will happen in the workload C? All the operations are read only. So in the database, suppose you have some kind of data. So YCSB will, what will do? It will perform all the operations that are of read kind. So it will read the record. Suppose you told YCSB that you have 10,000 operations to do, to perform. So since workload C is 100% read, so all this operation will be regarding the reading the data from the database. Now you have a choice, like how you want to read that data. Like you want to read any of the record randomly, or you want to read the record sequentially, or you want to read only such kind of records that are recently inserted. So that choice you have with yourself. So here the distributions come into the picture. So if you are choosing a sequential distribution, X for example, the records will be read in a sequential way. So YCSB will be reading this record sequentially. But if you choose uniform distribution, so YCSB will pick up any of the record randomly. It will not read the record sequentially. It will read this record, that record, this record. So that's how you want to perform operation in the database are defined by the distributions. Now we have other kind of parameters in the YCSB that we can use. This is called the thread count. So suppose I choose thread count equals to 64. So it means that parallelly 64 read operations will be getting performed in the database. So you can vary it like 1 thread, 2 thread, 4 thread. So it's up to you how much thread you want to use. Now we have operation count. This is already we have covered. It tells like how much operation we want to do. We want to do 10,000 operations, 1 million operations. It is up to us. We have a record count. It tells like how much operations to be performed. Suppose I gave record count equals to 10,000. So on the 10,000 records, it will perform your operations. Suppose you want to perform 1 million operations. So in the 10,000 record, 1 million operation will be performed. So if the operations are of read kind like workload C, so on the 10,000 records, 1 million read operations will be performed. So that's how these parameters work. Now we have other parameter also like field count, field length, operation type. So field count means how much fields should be there in the database or a database row. So here it means suppose I am inserting 10 records in the database and I put field count equals to 7. So it means that all the 10 records will have 7 columns in that. So there will be seven columns in a record. Field length means how much size will be there of each field. Suppose I give it as 2 KB. So this will be the size of this each and every field in the record. Now we have other parameter also operation type. like we want to perform load operation or we want to perform run operation. So if we are in the loading phase, we use the word load. If we are in the running phase, we use the word run. So that's how we separate loading phase and running phase from each other while performing our experiment. So this is a simple example of the command that we execute to run the YCSB. So this is the YCSB executable. This is the run. It means we want to perform operation in the running phase. This is the database name on which we want to perform experiment. This is the workload that we want to execute. Here we are using workload A. For workload B, we will be using workload B. For C, we'll be replacing it with C. For D, for E. So later we'll be changing the last letter. This tells about how much record is there in the database or how much record on which we want to perform our operations. This is the operation count. We want to perform here 10,000 operations in the database. This is the field count, how much field we want in each record. This is the field length, how much size of the each field should be. These are the thread count, how much parallel operations you want to do. This is the path of the database where the database server is running. So suppose already told like this is the YCSB, this is the MongoDB or any other database. So we are benchmarking MongoDB or measuring the performance of MongoDB. So we need IP of the MongoDB where MongoDB server is there. So it is provided in the MongoDB URL. Then at last we have a request distribution, like how we want to perform the experiment, in what way we want to perform it. So here we are using hotspot, uniform, GFAN, sequential. So we have lots of choice here also. So that's how a typical experiment is performed or started using the YCSB.